My dear Maulana Chisti of Ajmer, a new controversy has been raked up, generally speaking, I won't say by you or someone else. However, you are saying there are 33 crore demigods. They are demigods. You said gods. That's where you went wrong. For instance, let us imagine entire existence is a big corporate. Okay, what you call taklib. Taklib is equal to existence, right? That is your Urdu word for existence. Now, entire taklib is a company, a corporate. Of course, there is a CEO who is a proprietary owner of this company. Okay, that CEO is equal to Krishna. Krishna means all attractive, as simple as that. Now, this Krishna expands into three. Just by his glance, he's a 16-year-old boy, an eternal 16-year-old boy, with the color of dark blue rain clouds, very beautiful color. So we call him Sundaram, very, very beautiful, more beautiful than 1,000 cupids. So you will have to go through the entire process, Brahma Samhita, etc., etc. That's a postgraduate study. You cannot begin there, and I would suggest you begin there. We will approach it slowly and steadily. I understood your point, because I also would have had the same point. This is a wholesale of gods. You are very, very right. Much appreciated. You are not actually being insulting, and you are not ridiculing anybody, is what I feel. This is a purely personal opinion. I don't feel you meant to insult at all or to provoke. You yourself are saying, how can you have 33 crore gods? Point is, they are not gods. They are not gods. They are called demigods. Please try to understand. Like, for instance, let us imagine you are the CEO of a company. Let us call the company Ajmer Book Publishing Company. Let us start a book publishing company called Ajmer Book Publishing Company. We are encouraging youngsters to write novels and short stories. Let us imagine in Ajmer, religion, caste, creed, no bar. We are just encouraging youngsters to write short stories. Okay. You are the CEO of this company, the Chief Executive Officer. Let us also call you Managing Director and the proprietary owner also. Okay. Now you are saying I need a vice president for this company. 3-4 vice presidents. One is vice president finance, like a chief financial officer. One is a vice president, let us say marketing. We have to market the books also so that we can make some money and then transfer this money into the next projects, etc., and help the youngsters write and get published. And vice president international operations. We want the international audience to read these books also. So on and so forth. So you are God. Let us imagine you are God now. CEO is equal to God of Ajmer Book Publishing. You are the boss. You are the last word. If you want to fire me, let us imagine I am VP Editing Services, Vice President Editing Services, which includes a lot. I have to vet the novels. By vet I mean BET, not WET. So I have to look at the novels or the short stories and see if they are publishable. They should not be of controversial content. Okay, they should not kill. Sorry, I said kill. I'm sorry. They should not create ill will between anybody. Okay, mostly they should be humorous. There could be horror stories also, humorous horror stories. They should be light-hearted. All right, they should be playful. These will be the guidelines, rough guidelines. We need not be very rigid. If there is a work of genius, some child has written something and we know that is absolute genius and it is violating a few protocols and procedures and processes we ourselves have laid the foundation of, then we can say, I think we could be slightly flexible here regarding our own rules and regulations. We could discuss that. So you are God, then you say, I want to appoint these vice presidents who are the demigods. So you appoint the VPs. Now VPs say, okay, you appointed us, but we also need to delegate labor. Right? So for each city, or let us say for each state, We require general managers, marketing, general managers, editorial services, general manager, finance, financial operations. So they are the other demigods, and so on and so forth. Right? Now let us come to the plenipotentiary expansions of Krishna. Krishna is equal to God. There is no other God. You can give any name to Krishna. That is your choice. And we will come to 3 stages of realization also. Whether God is Nirakar or Sakar. And why so. And what are the 3 stages of realization. And I will guide you through these step by step. Okay? So now this Krishna, who is a 16-year-old boy, always, very, very beautiful, extraordinary beauty, more beautiful than 1,000 cupids. He glances into the spiritual sky, and his mere glance creates a Karanodakashai Vishnu. I will repeat the name, it's a slightly tough name. You can call it Kilo Victor Vishnu, KV Vishnu, Karano the Kashai Vishnu. He is a gigantic affair. Karano the Kashai Vishnu is a gigantic affair. Okay? Karana do Kashai Vishnu. Karana do Kashai Vishnu. Karana do Kashai Vishnu. Karana do Kashai Vishnu. Now, this Karana do Kashai Vishnu is a gigantic affair. He is lying in Yoga Nidra in the spiritual sky. Yoga Nidra. That means spiritual sleep, not our ordinary sleep. And that too in the spiritual sky. Okay? Let us imagine a few kilometers from Krishna in the spiritual sky. Krishna himself is at a planet called Goloka Vrindavana. Okay? In the spiritual sky. It's a planet. We will come to all the details slowly and steadily. Alright? Don't think that I'm coaching you or guiding you. We are friends. I'm discussing what is there in the Bhagavatam, what is there in Brahma Samhita, and what the Acharyas are saying. This is what we are discussing now. Now, this Karanodakashaya Vishnu, when he breathes out, he breathes in and out, just like us. Inhales, exhales, inhales, exhales, inhales, exhales. Alright? Now let us look at his exhalation. While he exhales, alright, billions upon billions upon billions of material planets or material universes, okay, billions upon billions upon billions of material universes emanate from his spiritual body, which is in Yoga Nidra, just like sweat drops escape from our sweat pores during hot summer months, right? Like that, exactly like that, these droplets of our gigantic material universes emerge out of his body, spiritual body. And each universe now has a different Vishnu altogether. So Karanodakashaya Vishnu exhales. While he exhales, many billions of universes come into being. Okay, they will move from the spiritual sky into the material sky, which will be called Maya. We will come to that later as to what is Maya. Illusion, cosmic illusion. We will come to that later. Now, each of these universes is comprised of atoms, we know that, and matter, basically matter and atoms, we know that. So he expands into Shirodakashai Vishnu. Karanodakashai Vishnu himself expands into Shirodakashai Vishnu. The first expansion, KKV Vishnu, Karanodakashai Vishnu, is a plenipotentiary expansion of Krishna or God. There is no other God. Krishna is equal to God. there is no other God, because confirmed by the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And this is from time immemorial. What somebody said 1400 years ago, somebody said 2000 years ago, somebody said 2500 years ago, we do not take into consideration at all. We completely ignore those kids. As simple as that. Because they will come up with update 2.0, update 3.0, update 7.3.0, and so on and so forth. Let them keep doing it. Let them keep playing with it, playing with the updates. No problema. We have no problema because we know our onions. Though we are into no onion, no garlic, we know our onions. So we don't debate, we don't argue, we don't try to convince anybody. We don't have to. As simple as that. Now, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is smaller than the smallest, that means subatomic. More subatomic than subatomic particles. So he enters each atom of every universe. Kshirodakashayi Vishnu himself personally enters each atom of every universe. Now this is inconceivable.